Hey everybody, it's Lee again with Oregon Arboriculture and Arbor Now. We're going to talk a little bit about stump grinding. So let's get into it because this stuff is really easy. It's not difficult. So if you're thinking about starting a stump grinding company for yourself, I recommend it. But there's a few things you need to know ahead of time. One thing is insurance. So insurance can be a big deal with this, and we want to make sure that everybody has the proper insurance, and so that way you're not going to have any problems. But the major thing I've run into is customer just helping them understand exactly what their expectations are going to be. So when you're communicating with a customer, let them know that when you're grinding the stump, you can only grind so deep. I can only go down as far as my guide wheel will let me when I'm grinding the stump. That's the only thing I can do. So I could go deeper if I do a bunch of excavating and then go to the stump and start continuing to go at it. But anyway, we're going to get into some of the real easy things that you can use to make your job easier. Here's one right here. So this is a really simple plywood guard that I put together. I've made a couple of these. This is the one that's lasted me 3 years, so I don't buy the really expensive ones. I cut off a little end of the plywood. This is only like, I don't even know if it's 1/2 inch. I think it's barely 1/2 inch, if that. Anyway, put it together, and then I screw in just 3 regular door hinges, and then I've got a nice triangle frame cover that I can move in and out and protect customers' property. So right here, the stump grinder is going to shoot out this direction, and over here we had a couple windows and just, basic stuff I don't want to hit. So I set up this ahead of time, and I've got that all squared away. Now let's talk about the stump grinder. So I rented this one from Johnson Creek Rentals. I'm in Portland, Oregon. They're down off of 50th somewhere-ish on Johnson Creek. And their number's 503-771-1790. And you can check them out at JohnsonCreekRentals.com, I think. But anyway, this is an STX 26. So why I like a Toro STX 26, you can get into small spaces. The track style limits the amount of destruction to the grass as you're coming in. It moves really well. It's really easy to maneuver. It has a really large sweep, which is super nice. It's got it's got enough power to get through almost any stump, but you're not going to use it for really large stumps. You're going to use it for smaller stumps. Another thing I really like is the operation. So from back here, I can see what I'm doing as I'm doing my operating. There are other stump grinders where you operate from the side, looking over your shoulder the whole time. That's a hassle. So here we're going to talk about a few of the ways that we're going to approach the stump and how we're going to do the actual grinding. So if you've stump grinded before, this isn't your video. This is the one where I'm going to show somebody who's never done this before, might just be getting interested in the idea. It is a good way to make money. So we charge a minimum of $150 a stump. This one's barely a foot across, but it will have some extra root system under here that we're going to have to get to. So how you start out is I'm going to bring my wheel in, and I'm going to make an approach. Before I even get to the stump, I'm going to start going back and forth. And that's the thing to do, is to make sure that when you're grinding, the bottom of your wheel isn't hitting your stump. The forward section of your wheel, just right here, is where you're going to attack your stump at. And you're only going to want to take out not much more than 1 inch worth of material each time. So as we're going at the stump, I'm going to keep moving forward with the tracks. And this is super easy controls. This controls everything to do with the sweep and the motion of your stump grinder. Over here I have the throttle, the choke. This is your start button. And this moves the track, so I can go forward, reverse, side to side. Super simple. This is why I recommend this stump grinder, especially if you're just starting out. And I think anybody who uses it's going to find the same thing. It's like running a video game. It's so easy. So here I'm going to do a quick little demo of what we do, let you see it get started. It's going to be loud, but just bear with me. Okay, so that was just a quick little, give you a little feel for how to use the machine, how simple it is. And I've almost finished with this stump, and I've been here for like 10 minutes. So the main thing I wanted to point out that I totally forgot about is always make sure you locate before you do any grinding. So in our state, it's 811. You call 811, give them the address. You get 48 hours. They're going to come out and locate all the utilities in case there's something out there. We've already taken care of that, but it's something I forgot to talk to you guys about. So that's always integral to doing a good job, making sure that you locate everything. And another reason why I chose STX26 to give you guys like a good starter video for this type of stuff is you can get into almost any situation with one of these. We just came through over the top of a walkway, transitioned up on top of some concrete, turned a corner. It was crazy. But because of the tracks and because of the ability to push your arm out forward, that makes it to where you can traverse more difficult terrain, especially slopes. So tune in next time and we'll get back to you with something new and exciting, maybe tomorrow.